Miss one rule in 2025 and your flight could cost way more than you expected. We're talking surprise fees, gateside drama, and passengers getting booted over things as simple as a water bottle or wearing the wrong outfit. Major airlines like Delta, United, American, and even Southwest have introduced quiet but significant changes. If you're not aware of them, you're the one footing the bill. In this video, we'll break down everything you need to know about the newest airline rules, what's changed, what to watch out for, and how to avoid costly mistakes. Let's make sure your next trip is smooth and doesn't drain your wallet. Face scanners, check-in chaos. You walk into the airport expecting a self-check-in kiosk, only to be greeted by a sleek screen that doesn't have any buttons. Welcome to facial recognition check-in. Airlines like Delta and American are rolling out biometric boarding at major hubs like Atlanta and Dallas-Fort Worth. The idea is to speed up the process, but many passengers are caught off guard. If you've opted into facial recognition, your face acts as your boarding pass. If not, you'll need to find the right line and show physical ID. Either way, the process is shifting, faster for some, more confusing for others. Boarding group shuffle. Think you know your boarding group? Think again. Airlines are reshuffling how boarding works in 2025. United has introduced a new priority boarding system that factors in credit card status, seat location, and even your Wi-Fi purchases. Southwest, famous for its no-assigned seat system, now charges passengers more for early boarding privileges depending on flight demand. And Delta? They're experimenting with quiet zones at the front of the plane, which come with a silent boarding process but also a premium fee. The boarding game has changed, and not always in the traveler's favor. The dress code crackdown. Yes, what you wear could get you kicked off a flight in 2025. Several recent cases have gone viral, where passengers were asked to deboard for wearing crop tops, leggings, or shirts with political messages. While airlines claim it's about maintaining a family-friendly environment, the rules are vague and inconsistently enforced. Each airline reserves the right to deny boarding to anyone whose clothing is considered offensive, inappropriate, or distracting. It's a gray area, but one that's gotten stricter, and passengers are paying the price. So before you fly, it's worth checking your outfit as carefully as your boarding pass. The carry-on confusion. If you think your carry-on bag is safe, think again. In 2025, several airlines are redefining what counts as a personal item. Spirit and Frontier have narrowed the dimensions, meaning that laptop bag you've always carried might now come with a fee. American and United have started random-sized checks at gates, even if your bag fit during check-in. Surprise $50 0-cents charges just as you're about to board. To avoid this, double-check your airline's current dimensions and weight limits for personal items. Don't assume last year's rules still apply. In-flight tech traps. In-flight Wi-Fi is faster and more available than ever, but there's a catch. Some airlines are offering free messaging or free streaming, but only if you watch ads, sign up for promotions, or use their co-branded apps. Delta offers free Wi-Fi for SkyMiles members, but if you're not signed in before takeoff, you might get locked out entirely. Meanwhile, JetBlue and Alaska are experimenting with in-flight shopping that gives you discounts mid-air only if you opt in to marketing emails. It's not just about connectivity anymore, it's about how much of your data you're willing to give away. Fees for everything. In 2025, almost everything comes with a fee, even things that used to be free. Need to change your seat? There's a fee. Want to sit with your partner? Fee. Prefer the aisle? That's extra too. And if you don't pay attention when booking, you might end up in a basic economy seat with no overhead bin space and no choice in boarding order. Airlines are quietly making their lowest fares more restrictive, hoping travelers will pay to upgrade after the fact. The best strategy? Read the fine print before you click confirm. What looks like a cheap ticket can double in cost if you're not careful. So, how can you beat the system in 2025? First, always check your airline's app the day before you fly. Policies change often and without much notice. Second, travel light and stick to one bag that fits well within the personal item size, ideally a backpack under 16x 12x 6 inches. Third, if you're flying multiple times a year, consider joining a frequent flyer program or getting a co-branded credit card, not just for points, but to avoid boarding hassles and bag fees. And finally, dress in neutral, non-controversial clothing, especially if you're flying a budget carrier. It's not fair, but it's the reality of air travel in 2025. Airlines aren't the same in 2025, and pretending they are could cost you time, money, and a whole lot of stress. But with a little planning and awareness, you can still fly smarter, faster, and with fewer surprises.